Hello Minnesota Math Corps and Reading Corps members, and welcome to your 2015-2016 program year. This video is going to give you a rundown on using OnCorps reports for timesheet submission. You'll also use OnCorps reports for accessing resources and for submitting great stories. Also, for Math Corps members, you'll be using this site to access your Math Corps resources and lessons, as well as submitting your tutor logs. The first step to logging in to the OnCorps report system is to go to mn.oncorreports.com. Now it's going to be important that you always go to this website to log in. So it's important not to bookmark any other websites or go anywhere else to log into OnCorps reports. Once there, you're going to select your appropriate program year. Currently this is defaulting to 14-15, but soon it will be switching over to 15-16. And then, once you've done that, you're going to select Submit. The next thing that you'll see in the login process is the list of all the programs, AmeriCorps programs in the state of Minnesota. You're going to choose the correct program for you. If you're unsure of what Reading Corps program you're in, please check with your program staff person. This also should be on the email that you got regarding OnCorps or Fundamentals, as well as your info sheet. After you've found your program, so today I'm going to log into Math Corps, you're going to choose your role. So I'm going to choose AmeriCorps member. The next step is to enter your username and password. If you ever were to forget your password, you can certainly email it here and you should get a link allowing you to reset your password. I'm going to select Login, and this is going to log me into the home page of OnCorps reports. So on the home page, you'll notice a few things. You're going to see a few announcements here from Serve Minnesota, our AmeriCorps program for the entire state of Minnesota. Also, for Math Corps members, you're going to notice your intervention materials, a link to them on the home page as well. Otherwise, you're going to see a few notifications here depending on if you have timesheets that have been rejected or are awaiting approval. Oftentimes notifications will show here as well. Across the top, you're going to see a few different tabs. You'll see Home to get back to this page, Manage Record for Math Corps members to enter your Math Corps students, Reporting for great stories, and Time Tracking for your timesheets. Today we're going to focus on time tracking. So you're going to click on Time Tracking, and then you're going to go to Enter Timesheets. Now at the home page here of entering your timesheets, you're going to see a drop down to select the period for the timesheet. Underneath that, you're also going to see a breakdown of all your hours. So if you click on this plus sign, you can see even more information about them. So here's where you'll see how many hours you have left to complete for those that have been approved. You'll also see how many weeks you have left, how many you need to average for each week that you have left, and how many you have averaged currently. This can be very important to come back to and keep tabs on your hours throughout the year. But it is important to know that this doesn't take into account school breaks or the summer holiday, which you might have time that your schedule differs from your normal time period. So it's good to not go strictly by the average a week needed in OnCorps reports. It's better to use an hours planning tool that you would have completed with your program staff. Once you've reviewed your hours and you know where you're at, you can minimize this and then select the appropriate period. So I'll select the first period here or the second period of the program year, and I'll select Choose. Once I've done this, the timesheet's going to appear below. The first thing on the timesheet is going to be the period. Again, just reminding you the period that you're entering this for, and the dates are along the side. Also, you're going to notice the date that the timesheet is due. It's always due 2 days so usually the Monday after the Saturday that a timesheet ends. Also, if you have more than one supervisor at your site or internal coach at your site for the Reading Corps or Math Corps members, you'll see them all listed here with checkboxes next to their name. It's important to checkbox the appropriate internal coach for who supervised you. If you're unsure of who that person is, please check with your internal coaches at your site. Also, you're going to notice here that all of the different categories that you've learned about or you will learn about at orientation are listed here. You can also read more about these in your AmeriCorps member manual. So the next step is to simply enter the number of hours you had on each day in the timesheet. And if there are any hours that weren't supervised by your internal coach, you'll make a description here listing the category, who supervised you, who organized it, and what the activity was. So you'll enter information for each day. You'll see running totals here at the side. You'll also notice at the bottom that there's a running total for the entire 2-week period. So that's here. And then finally, there's a general comments and descriptions box at the very bottom. You can choose to enter extra information about your timesheet there. That will go to both your internal coach and then eventually your program staff person. So you can enter that there. If you do require accompaniment for your timesheet, you'll also see a box down here for the timesheets that you require accompaniment. If you don't know what that is, that's okay. It means that you don't require it if you don't see it down here. If you have been told that you require accompaniment and you see this box down here, please check with your program staff person if you haven't already heard more about it. The final step is to either save it or authorize and submit it. You won't be able to submit your timesheet until 4 o'clock on the day that it ends, the timesheet period ends, so I wouldn't be able to submit this until 4 o'clock on September 5th. So I'm just going to save this, and then it will take me back to the timesheet screen. Finally, the best step is to log out of OnCorps reports when you're done. That is submitting timesheets and OnCorps reports. Thank you very much and have a great year.